Most business owners think stress is a personal issue, something you deal with quietly after hours that you've gotten through the week. But here's the truth: if you're the founder, stress doesn't stay personal, it becomes operational. It bleeds into our decisions, it shapes how we lead, it drives turnover, slows execution, and costs real money. Stress isn't just a feeling, it's a profit problem. Hey, and welcome back to Unstuck. I'm Robin Goldenberg, President at Strategy Leaders. Last time we talked about your most undermanaged business resource, your energy. And this week we're digging into the biggest threat to it: stress. Because no matter how smart your strategy is, if you're making decisions from a place of stress, your business is absorbing the cost. So today we're going to unpack how stress actually shows up in your bottom line and what to do about it. So let me start here. When I was deep in that COVID survival season, I thought my stress was just my problem, something to manage privately to keep me from showing cracks to my team or to my clients. But what I didn't see was how it was already leaking into the business. I was reactive instead of strategic, over managing instead of delegating, saying yes to things I should have said no to, including revenue. That's what stress does. It changes your judgment. And when the founder is stressed, the whole company starts to orbit around that anxiety. You feel it in decisions, in the tone of meetings, in how your team second guesses themselves. That's not emotional, that's expensive. So let's make this practical. Here's how stress becomes a profit problem. The first one is decision drag. When you're stressed, your brain shifts into short term survival mode. You stop thinking strategically and you start firefighting everything. Every decision gets slower, smaller, and more risk averse, which means missed opportunities and slower growth. The second one is communication breakdown. Stress shortens your patience and it changes your tone. And teams under stress leaders spend more time guessing what's safe to say, walking on eggshells, and solving problems. And that costs hours and trust. The third is turnover and retention. A stressed leader creates a tense culture, even if it's unintentional. Your best people will leave because they can feel that instability. And replacing them, that could cost 50 to 150% of their salary. And then fourth, error rate and quality drops. Under stress, your working memory tanks. You make faster calls with less clarity, and that's how scope creeps, clients churn, and revenue leaks quietly through small mistakes. So when you tell yourself, I'm just stressed, what you're really saying is, I'm paying a premium to stay reactive. I teach my clients a simple framework, the 3 R's: recognize, regulate, rebuild. Step one is to recognize the pattern. You can't manage what you don't notice. So ask yourself, what are the early signs I'm in stress mode? For some people, it's physical, a tightness in the chest. Uh, for others, it's irritability, overworking, checking Slack every 10 minutes, checking your email as soon as your eyes open in the morning. Once you know your cues, you can intervene before the spiral. I know when I'm really stressed because worst case scenarios with clients start to invade my dreams. And I literally wake up wondering if that was real or if I just dreamed it. Step two is regulate in real time. This doesn't mean meditation retreats. It means micro resets that pull your brain out of threat mode and back into focus. Here's some things that I suggest that you could try. So, 90 seconds of slow breathing before you make a big call. Calm your mind, calm your body. I'm a big proponent of box breathing. A quick walk after a tense meeting will get you away from that situation. Writing down what's in your head so it stops looping and looping and looping. I actually like to use talk to text for this. And then these are performance resets, not self help. This isn't therapy. These are just resets. They give your brain back the space to think clearly. And then step three, rebuild your system around it. Chronic stress is a systems problem, not a personal failure, even though it feels like that. Look at your week and ask, where is the business structurally creating stress? Some of the common culprits are no meeting rhythm, so constant context switching within meetings, no clear ownership. You, as the business owner, you become the bottleneck. No margin, so every hiccup starts to feel dangerous. Fix the system, and the stress decreases automatically. Talk about one of my clients. One of my clients was stuck in stress loop for months before they came to work with me. Revenue was solid, but she felt like every day was this sprint for her life. She'd start strong, then lose half her day to reactive work and firefighting because her team kept running to her for answers. She was the bottleneck. We didn't fix that with journaling. We fixed it by redesigning her leadership rhythm, weekly check ins, clear ownership, and hard stop times. Within 6 weeks, she was making faster calls, her team was more confident, and she felt like she had her brain back. Her stress didn't vanish, but it stopped running the business. Here's the bottom line: stress isn't a badge of honor, it's a cost center. When you're in growth mode, you can't afford to leave from survival because the calmer your brain, the clearer your decisions, and the faster your business grows. So start treating stress like any other business risk. Track it, reduce it at the source, and build systems that protect against it. Next time, we're going to go deeper into that link: how your sleep, focus, and decision quality are all connected to profit. Subscribe to Unstuck wherever you get your podcasts. Want to stress proof your business systems? Apply for a strategy sprint. Link will be in the show notes. And if you know a founder who's leading from stress instead of strategy, send them this episode. Let's lead calm. Let's lead clear. Let's get unstuck.